What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a very fun, as you can see from my eyes, a very fun and very colorful tutorial for you guys today. And I'm going to be using the Pure My Little Pony the Movie palette. And I also picked up one of the glosses. This is the Glitter Lip Gloss Topper in the shade Pinkie Pie. So these are the two things that I'm reviewing for you guys today. Now I know there are also 5 other shades, and of course brushes and these highlighting sticks, but I only picked up these two because these are the only ones that were really intriguing for me to try. So if you guys want to see my thoughts, my tutorial, and my review on this collection, then keep on watching. We're going to go right into the Pure My Little Pony the Movie palette. As you can see from that little hologram, it's so cute. So now we're going to open this up. So here is the palette itself. As you can see, there is some bright ass shades in this palette. Now I'm really actually excited about playing with most of the colors that are in this palette today. What we're going to probably do is already set my eye with like some setting powder because I know that this doesn't have like a base shade in here, but I'm going to use a few of the shades as much as I possibly can. I'm going to try to go with as many BAM shades as I possibly can do. So for the crease first, I'm going to go in with this yellow shade right here, which is called Kindness, and then I think that I'm going to do like a rainbowy kind of eye, so I'm going to use the shades Pinkie Pie and this shade right here, which is Tempest Shadow. That's just going to start off my look, so let's just get started. You can definitely tell so far this really does not have that much pigment, and I think it's supposed to just be a really softer color because I mean if you look at it in the pan it looks pretty bright, but it also looks like it might be soft. So right now I'm not as impressed with that one. There was a little bit of kickback in the pan, so that was not the greatest thing, but now we're just going to continue to go in with these brighter colors. So now the next one we're going to go in with is going to be Pinkie Pie right here. Okay, so that one, as you can see, definitely has a lot more pigment. I'm really excited about that one because, of course, if you have a bright pink in your palette, you might as well be pigmented. If it's not, it's going to be very disappointing. So I'm really happy that it has a lot of pigment to it. So now we're going to go in with 2 more shades with the Tempest Shadow right down here on the bottom. But we're also going to go in with Magic, which is this purple right there. So now that the look is getting very severe up in here, we're going to go back in with Kindness, the yellow right here, just because I want to try to blend all of those colors kind of like together. And then for the lid shade, I think I'm going to go in with something very kind of neutral, and I'm going to go in with this one right here, which is called Applejack, if you can see that, Applejack. And then for the inner corners and for the brow bone highlight, I'm actually going to go in with this shade Laughter right here. Really quickly, I'm going to wet my brush because that shade did not really build up the way I was hoping for. After wetting the brush, it did do a little bit better, but I'm just not loving that shade right now. So let's just move on. I'm going to go back in, like I said, with the shade Laughter, and I'm going to use that as my brow bone and my inner corner highlight. So let's hope that works. Far not in love with that one either. We're just gonna keep on going. So now I'm gonna use the pink, and I'm also going to use this really fun blue right here. So we're gonna go back in with Pinkie Pie right here, and then we're gonna use Rainbow Dash right here. Now I'm going to go for the bottom under my smoke, of course, obviously I always do that. I'm going to go in with the shades Generosity, which is this neutral brown right here. I might mix it a little bit with Magic, just because I want to make it magical in whatever way I possibly can. Now that the eyes are done, I'm going to go put on some mascara and some false lashes, and I will be right back. Now that the lashes are on and the eye is done, and my lashes are on its dying day, so I have to go replace them very soon, I am going to put on a lip gloss for you guys as part of the collection as well, and this is the shade Pinkie Pie. Now, I was going to put a lipstick on and then put this over top, but I really want to give you guys the true color of it. Now let me just give you guys my final thoughts on both the lip gloss and the palette itself. Okay, so first I'm going to give you guys my review on the Pure lip gloss. I only have one of them. Of course, they have like I think like 6 or so, but like I said, I only bought one. So honestly, this shade right here is actually really pretty. It's very purpley, blue, pink, iridescent color, and I'm actually living for it. It's actually a really nice color, and I personally think that if you love like a lip gloss like topper kind of thing, like Jouer's lip toppers, and you want something really iridescent and pink and pretty, I would definitely say pick this one up. So I actually really do like this. This gloss is $16, but you can buy all 6 of them for I think like $78. So it just really depends on if you want to buy the entire thing. I know they also have like a vault available for all of the products in the kit, but I only got the lip gloss and I only got the palette. So is it worth $16? I mean, that's really up to you totally. I think that this is a really cute color and really pretty shade, but I would say that in my personal opinion, I say yeah, go ahead and get it because it's a collector's item, because of course it's part of a collection. The My Little Pony palette. So honestly, out of this one, you get 16 shadows, some matte, some metallic, some shimmers, but let me just tell you guys, and from the colors that I used today, from my personal opinion of what I think of them. The yellow I feel like was a little bit on the chalkier-ish side. It wasn't like an extremely pigmented shadow. Applejack, I feel like even after applying with my finger, it was just too pressed too tightly in the pan maybe, and it just wasn't picking up as much pigment as I was hoping for it to. Generosity had a little bit of kickback to it, honestly, and the yellow did as well, but the Generosity had a little bit of kickback. Anyways, it wasn't bad, but like I said, it just wasn't blending the way I wish it would have. Pinkie Pie was actually very, very intense and very bright, as you can see. That one's probably my favorite of this palette so far. I feel like this color is really nice. It wasn't like chalky or ashy in my opinion. I feel like it did blend really nicely. Laughter, I feel like it just didn't show up. It was not really doing anything for me. The brow bone highlight and the inner corner highlight, you can see the inner corner a little bit more than the brow bone, so it was okay, but it just didn't have enough pigment in my personal opinion. Magic wasn't as hard to blend out as I thought it would be. I mean, it's okay color, it just doesn't give you as much intensity, and there was a lot of fallout with the purple. So, honestly, Magic is kind of. So, Rainbow Dash, I would have to say this color right here, it was okay, but like I said, it didn't have enough pigment for me. I feel like it was too pressed tightly in the pan to really give it enough pigment. And then last but not least, Tempest Shadow right here. It was a really pretty red, but it did have a lot of pigment, and it did have some fallout too, but it did have a lot more pigment. Now, that was just going off of the shades that I did use on my eyes today. Do I think that this palette's worth $29? Well, that is your interpretation. Personally, I'm not in love with this palette, but I don't hate this palette. I'm not saying it's the best palette, and I'm not saying it's the worst. I personally just think the color combination in this palette that you get 16 shades, I feel like the color combination in here, definitely is very odd. I would say the bright colors are really fun, but there's not a whole lot of neutrals in it too. I feel like some of the bright colors I would have done without. Like the green is really pretty, but this one I would not have really done. I wouldn't have done these deeper shades right here. I just think that, and also like the lighter pinks. I just think that this palette could have had a lot more funner colors in it if you especially wanted to be like a really bam in your face palette. I just feel like the colors could have had a better option of variety. I had such high hopes with this palette. It is a nice palette. My eyes did come out really nice today as well, but I would have to say that if I had to pick another palette from like Morphe or like my Jeffree Star with that pink in it or anything like that. If I had to pick another palette, I probably would have picked them for rainbow colors. But this one is a nice palette. It is collectible. It is limited edition for the movie, and once it's gone, it's gone. So honestly, in that personal aspect, I would say keep it and to buy it, and because I feel like you would fall in love with the idea of it, especially if you are a fan of My Little Pony from when you were a child. But personally, in my opinion, I feel like it could have been so much better. Now, I would have to say it's good, so honestly, I did purchase it. I did buy it, and of course it was sent to me. I'm not going to send it back, but I am going to keep it because of the collector's aspect. I will play with this a little bit more in the future, but for me right now, I have to say I'm not a huge fan of it as much as I thought I would, if that makes sense. So, is it worth $29? I would say it's up to you. I feel like it's okay, but it's just not the most bam for my buck, if that makes sense. So, sorry about it, but I definitely will have to play with it a little bit more, but it's okay. Some of the shadows are good, some of the shadows were okay. I'm going to keep playing with it just to see what I think of it. So, that is the end of this video. I hope that you thumbs it up and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the near future. I love you so very much, and thank you guys so much for watching. Bye!